How y'all doing, folks? It's I, Stately, and this is City Skylines. Welcome to the fair town of good intentions. Episode 5 already. Today, we are going to unpause the game. No, today we're going to build a little tourist area here. We've got this tiny little area here, but it should be suitable for our first specialized tourist zone. Unfortunately, that means these people are going to lose their homes. Sorry, nothing personal. I'm sure you're all very nice, but you can't live there anymore. So the idea here will be to have a road along the water side here, and we'll have a couple of water-related tourist attractions here, a fishing pier or something like that. And we'll fill it in with maybe a park, and hopefully we'll get a couple of motels, get some tourists in town. It should be kind of fun. Unfortunately, your house also has to go. So we got a bit of a slope here. What I think we'll do is well, first of all, let's pull up the height map. This should give us an idea of where it's steep, and it's kind of steep everywhere. So let's try for a bit of a switchback look, I think. Now this is our main road. And I think we may want to have a bridge over all of this at some point, so I'm going to try to keep the area here reasonably clear for now. I realize we have a school in what's going to be this zone. I don't really have too much of a problem with that. Let's go ahead and create the zone. This is obviously a really small zone. You can tell by how small it is. You can tell how small it is by how small it is. Yes, more wisdom from Stately. And I guess that's going to be a tourist school. You can't change the brush side for the size for the zones, unfortunately. Okay, Holly Square is now a tourist zone. Let's get some appropriate policies. We'll do some recycling. We'll put in recreational use. The punters will like that. And recycle plastic. Okay. Anything else? I don't think so. That should be just fine. So let's see now. I think what we'll do is we'll start with, instead of messing around with parking lots, we'll start with these parking garages are huge. I mean, yes, parking, but that's a bit much. I think we're going to let that one be for now. Let's go ahead and get a good road running down, and we'll use this because it has parking spots. And let's see how we can do switchbacks here. I think we're going to want. No, I don't think that's how we want to do it. We do want a curved road. Something like this, and then go out to here, and then let's go straight for a little bit longer. We have a little more room here. Like that. We'll curve down and down some more, not quite like that. Where's my road anarchy, guys? Well, I guess something like this could work. At least we'll have, a nice road along the water here. That's not too bad. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add in a couple of walking paths, or what do we got? Amusement park paths, that's not too helpful. Zoo paths, nature, these are all parts of the the various DLCs that I have. But we'll go ahead and have a couple of little trails going down so the pedestrians don't have to zigzag around quite so much. All right, like that. That's good. And now let's take a look at our park, see what's available. This is the touristy section. We could do jet ski rental or a marina. A marina might be nice. You know, this water side here is a little too high. Let's go ahead and lower this section. We're going to have to worry about flooding? I don't think so, but we'll do that, and then we'll... Oh, that's messy. We'll go down a bit here, like so. Okay, now we have some fairly serious roadside issues here, so I think we might need to lower the road as well, just to clear out those stunningly ugly gaps. How's that look? That should be okay. And just to make things a little more gradual, we'll do the same thing over here. And just lower this all a little bit. Something like that, I think, maybe. And then like that. That looks pretty credible. We're going to have to play around with the terrain a little bit to allow for space for some of our attractions here. In particular, I think we'll need to make this a little more gradual. But let's see what happens when we zone some of this before we do anything. Okay, so a marina, I think, is appropriate, right? And we'll put that... I guess it doesn't matter too much exactly where it goes, but we'll put it here. And a fishing pier. I think that'll be like the core of our little tourist area here. Now let's see what we can zone. There's not a lot of space to zone anything, frankly. It is going to be a very modest little... Oh, that's not what I was trying to do, is it? I mean, I'd be surprised if somebody didn't move in, but that's definitely not what I was trying to accomplish. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to end up looking once it fills in, but we'll find out soon enough. And here, and hopefully we'll get some hotels and stuff, and it'll be nice. And everybody will be like happy that their house is now so valuable. And the school will be all pissed off, of course. You know what? Hold on. Not here. I want to put in some more recreation. Let's do maybe a volleyball field or something. Some kind of sporting activity seems appropriate. What do we got here? Beach volleyball. A riding stable. A skate park. I'm thinking beach volleyball. Beach volley, ball. Yes, ball. There's no real room for it, is there? I mean, here. Okay, sorry. I know you just started building there. You'll just have to make do. Look at that. Very nice. Okay, let's take another look at the zoning here. Make sure that we have all of the commercial zones that we can have. And we clearly don't. So we'll put something here and here. And we'll get tourists from hither and yon coming over to visit. Well, that's That's a bit much right there. I think we might have to do something about this little path here. I'm not sure what we can do, though. I wish there were staircases. Because this is obviously a little rough, and I don't think there's a whole lot I can do about it. Other than maybe just bulldoze it and call it a day. I mean, this path is fine, but... And I would like to have a path going down, but this is very, very cliffy. Wow, okay, this is filling out pretty quickly. That's good. And we have basically saturated our commercial demand right now. So there's street side parking. That's fine. We're already getting visitors at the marina, and we're getting even a couple of tourists at the fishing pier. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and decorate this a little bit. I know I haven't spent a whole lot of time on decoration yet, but I feel like it's appropriate here. This is a good place to put in some nice decor. So let's start with maybe some trees. Areas like this where there's a really steep slope, we can kind of just fill it out a little bit. Make it pretty. Put a couple up here as well. And then we have a lot more zoning available here that we could do something with. One thing at a time. We're putting down trees now, not to get distracted. I know it's tempting to use palm trees, but this whole area is kind of a pine tree kind of vibe, so we'll just stick with that. And what else? Maybe some of these? Oh, these are big uns. Let's put a couple of big uns down in, likely places. Okay. A little bit of landscaping. He said. I'm trying to work out where the hell the landscaping button is. It's not like I've never used it before. We need to sort this out here. So grab that and... Oh, okay, that's not a little rough. I think maybe we want less brush strength and more brush size and a softer thing here. So there, that flattens this out a little bit. Can I zone something there? Is there already something zoned there? Hey, 5,500. We're a big town now. How cool is that? We can build blimps and metros and leisure specialization and a lot of new policies. And this is important stuff. High density residential and commercial and office zones. Subway station, toll booths, an incineration plant. That'll definitely come in handy. Hot air balloon tours. Excellent. Very cool. Good stuff. All right. I am pleased. And we're still kind of working on decorating here. So let's get back to the decor. And I press the economy button again. And let's put down... Do we need any kind of fencing or anything? Not really, I suppose. I wonder if I could put down walls here. I think it would make sense to try to flatten these things out a little bit. So nothing but souvenirs. All the souvenirs, all the time. Just fill these in real quick. Like that. You're in the way. I'm liking this zone so far. It's turning out nice. Some weirdness here that's kind of meh, but that's just kind of the way the game works, isn't it? And maybe like connect these together. No, that hasn't worked. I think, do I need to like just place the road again, you think? It's a path and it should... That's like the 4th time I've hit the economy panel when I was looking for something else. I see. Okay, so that terrain painting isn't quite working out here. Let's go ahead and just undo it. That's also not what I'm trying to do. I'm just gonna, here, I'm gonna bulldoze this road and we'll put down a fresh one because I have clearly mucked it up. Me? Muck something up? Unthinkable, I hear you say. Well, poop. Alright, so the path is there, but it's not. It's just disappeared. So this is apparently a danger of using the path painting tool. I mean, the terrain painting tool. Because now, even if I do put a path here, it's just invisible. It's there, but you can't see it. Which is kind of irritating, to be honest. I'm a little bit irked here. And even if I upgrade it, it doesn't change. So I don't know. There doesn't seem to be an option to like remove the paths here. The only thing I can possibly try to do is like fill it out myself. I guess that's okay, but we should put some decor in there to kind of make it a little less icky. And as far as decor goes, we've already put down some trees. We don't really need any decorative rocks or water structures. Billboards? No, but park life stuff, yes. Here we go. All right, let's see what we've got here. Shall we try like a truck, a food truck? I don't see any food trucks. So many different options here, but no food trucks. Vending machine, not what I'm looking for. Standing stones, still not what I'm looking for. Some signage. Oh, here, a little grill, we can put that down. Why? What's going on here? Why am I getting brush options for this? I got some weirdness going on. And I'm not quite sure why. Oh, was I just looking at the grill? This one. I'm not sure what's going on here. I can't seem to place these. Wonder why. This is odd and a little irritating. I seem to be stuck on some kind of paint mode here. Oh, and the grill isn't a grill. Why not? I don't know. Food. Let's just type in food and see what shows up. Yeah, okay, something's wrong. I can't place stuff anymore. Let's go ahead and we'll just escape out and load back in and see what happens. Okay, we're back, and it turns out you can just right-click to restore the default terrain, so we've got that little issue resolved there. And here under landscaping, we can now go ahead and we'll put down some little food trucks here. We need to go ahead and turn on prop anarchy to be allowed to place this. So maybe a soda stand there and Oh, that looks good. That'll look good right there. Cool. And now some props. Maybe a few tables. Let's see. Picnic tables. Oh, I like these round ones. Let's rotate them a little bit so they don't look too similar. Good. And I kind of feel like we should have some kind of fencing or something here. Let's try it just very carefully to see what happens. I'm not sure if we even can put fences down here. It doesn't look like it. Maybe we can try something with seawalls? Possibly. I mean, we can give it a go, right? Where's the option for the seawalls? I don't know. It's also going to be under decoration, isn't it? Or is it? Or isn't it? Got some hedges here, but that's not really what I'm looking for. Ground tiles, no. Is it under roads? Is that the kind of weirdness that we... Toll booths, parking. This is all parking. That's not what we're looking for. Come on, how hard can this be? I've done this before. Everything's going great today, folks. All right, we'll worry about that later. Let's get some more decoration in here. Some trees along the water side, I think. Let's go for some small ones so we don't block the view too much. And we can do something that's a little different down here. So we're getting a little bit of abandonment because of a lack of skilled employees. That's not really easy to fix, unfortunately. We're obviously still working on our schooling system. Okay, and a little ground coverage for some of these barren areas here. And here as well to kind of block the transition. So it doesn't look too abrupt. And just some props to kind of fill it all out. We'll put down maybe we'll have a little playground somewhere. Like, I don't know, right about here should be fine. We can have a swing and a little teeter-totter. Oh, those are the tiny ones, the little kids ones. Do 2 of those and maybe a sandbox. There we go. Something for the kids to do when the parents come out to go fishing. And that's not bad. Shortage of workers. Not enough educated workers. Well, there's a couple of things we can try. We can put down a couple of footpaths maybe to make it easier to get to. I don't really see any good options there. Here would be kind of the only place. But that said, it's still worth trying. Let's go with a standard concrete path, and we'll run it from here to there. Hopefully that'll make it a little easier for potential workers to get there, and also possibly for the tourists. Well, what's going on here? This is just kind of some asphalt that I don't like very much. We can maybe replace that with dirt. No, that looks even worse. Or does it? I suppose if we put some foliage on top of it, it'll be okay. So, a little more ground cover. And, yeah, I suppose. It's not ideal, but it doesn't look too bad. Especially if you're not looking too close, right? And maybe, yeah, a couple trees up here. Alright, well, the abandonment issues due to lack of workers are a problem, especially since, as of right now, residential demand's actually pretty low. We do have a high school. It's full. Oh, okay. Our grade schools, how are our grade schools doing? Grade schools seem to be okay, but our high school is pretty much full up now. And hopefully that'll just give us some more educated workers over time, and this problem will resolve itself, because this obviously looks pretty ugly. Best Eastern. Aw, that's cute. But these guys are also having a shortage of educated workers. Oh, these people want highly educated workers, and I don't have any of those. So this is going to be a problem forever until I manage to get a university going. That might take a while. But for now, we got our little tourist area going here, and I have kind of blocked off the bridge. I didn't want to do that, but it's too late now. We'll have to deal with the consequences of that later. These are our first high-density commercial zones. Let's see how they fill out. And now we have a lot of demand for industry, and we just hit 5,500 residents, so we can now build an oil region. So what I was thinking is we do that up here, because as you can see, there's a lot of oil up here, so this would be a good place for that. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This guy is full. That's kind of why we're having some garbage issues. I think it's time to put an incineration plant down. And we'll put that right across from the recycling plant. And then we can start emptying out this, and they'll haul it all to the incineration plant, and we should be okay. Still have the one abandoned building here. Not too big a deal. Hopefully won't be too big a deal. So how should we do these oil sands, or this oil region? Let's go ahead and create the region first. And I want to select it like this. We'll go all the way around, and we'll just include all of this. Now, oil regions, as well as ore, they're a little bit temporary by virtue of the fact that the resources aren't renewable. So anything we put down here, we're not expecting it to last forever. It is what it is. Now, I'm thinking that instead of running up from here and causing more traffic on our single artery here, which is already kind of busy and bordering on very busy here. Although, honestly, traffic is still flowing pretty well, to be honest. Honestly, to be honest. You heard me. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. But let's put a second access point in here. Let's run a road from here with a bridge, and we'll have an off-ramp right about here. We'll just do the same kind of thing. The railroad is a little close, but I don't think that should be a problem. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, standard 2 lanes, 4 lanes, medium traffic. That should be just fine. And we'll start, and I don't know really where we'll start. I don't want to be too close to the bridge. Right about there to... Are we not snapping today? We are snapping. Just not to what I want to snap to. There. Just like that. Good. And then the freeway on-ramps. Here to here. This is always a bit of an issue. So what I normally do is I just slap them down wherever they'll go, and then I'll manually move them around until they fit where I want them to fit. So obviously this is kind of fugly, but thanks to the magic of Move It, we can simply move all of these nodes around until they line up nicely. Move this out a little bit, move this one out to get it all nice and straight. Same thing over here. And put these right about here, I guess. Actually, that looks pretty decent. Okay, that'll work just fine. So back to our 2-lane roads. Everything's a 2-lane road so far. Why does nothing want to snap the way I want it to? Whatever. Okay, that's a little too low. Fortunately, once again, move it to the rescue. We can just straighten it out until we have it exactly where we want it. Like so. Okay, now we got a lot of land to cover here. Honestly, this will probably be filled up soon enough, with or without my help. Probably not without my help, to be honest, now that you mention it. Road, please. Please and thank you. We'll go straight and... Nope, not that one. That wasn't quite right. Not quite right. Now we can kind of just do this, right? Seriously, guys? Seriously? Okay. Thanks, City Skylines. Clearly, obviously, what I was trying to accomplish there, right? Here, we'll do this and just like that. Okay. All right, now we have a second way into town. That's a good thing in its own right. I'm going to go ahead and kind of flatten this out. Better to use a trench here than just have this weird bump over the terrain. Yeah, that's about right. That looks like a trench cut, right? And now we can start running some roads into our new oil fields. There's already some traffic coming in here, so this is going to alleviate some traffic downtown one way or the other. That's good. So let's go back to the zoning. This entire area is my oil field, so we'll have a main road branch off right about here, I think. And for that, we'll use small heavy roads. I don't know if we need a turning lane, but I kind of like the way these look for what they are, so. No, straight line. We need to have a fair amount of straight lines here. I'm having some issues with the terrain height here. These are not supposed to be bridge segments. So let's go ahead and page down to a regular road. Page down to a regular road. Thank you. And we'll go out a little bit farther. I think right about here is where we'll put the intersection. And again, we have to kind of fix this up. Right about there. And from here on out, we can use much smaller roads. We'll just use a regular 2-lane. Well, let's stick with what we were already using here. For now, at least. And we'll go to, say, here, and now we need to tunnel under this, which is kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. Tunneling can be kind of irritating. Like so, then we'll come back up under the railroad here. Seriously? And not quite, but we can fix this. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, let's put our oil industry down. We'll start with the main building. Those are not optional. And that'll go on the corner here. Just fine and dandy. Get some oil pumps going. And the oil pumps, I don't know if they need to be along the main road. Not in industry. Are we doing that again? Why are we doing that again? I'm kind of mystified because, you know, I put down a zone and now it's just, oh, you know what? Here. This is because, if I'm not mistaken, the oil specialization is not the same thing as an actual oil zone. And that happened before. That happened last time I tried to put a zone down too. Let me get the natural resources up here so that I don't overzone this or miss bits. Like that. I'm not going to fill out the entire thing right now. Again, these are finite resources, so what'll happen is as time goes by, the oil will become depleted and we'll put the oil pumps somewhere else. Just move them around as needed. Okay, now we have our zone. We can start putting some not an industry area. I'm a little irked now. See, it's still showing up as a separate zone. Why are you doing this to me, game? Have I wronged you? Alright. Industrial zone. Derp. Right, I was pulling together the wrong zone type. It's all my fault. I'm stupid. That's all there is to it. That's all she wrote. Okay, alright. This time we've got it sorted out a little bit better. This makes a lot more sense. Alright, this place needs water and electricity. Can't blame it. I'd want water and electricity too. Electricity shouldn't be too much of a problem. And as for water, I still have plenty of availability, and honestly, this is probably, in spite of everything, the easiest way to do this. Just run it from the existing pumps, a straight line, like that. And now, unless I'm very sorely mistaken, I can actually start putting down some of these pumps. I guess it's probably also time to turn this off so that I can see what I'm doing. We'll run this road out a little farther. Bit of a curve to it this time, and we'll have some pumps on this side too. For now, we'll keep it modest. We'll do a couple of pumps and a couple of buildings. Okay. Pyrolysis plant. So what we can build now is a storage and a pyrolysis plant. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to build one. Okay, now we should have a functioning oil area here. We only have a few pumps going, so we'll check in on that soon and see how it goes. This doesn't have raw materials. Oh, these guys also need water and power. Okay. I didn't really expect that. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But for some reason, I didn't expect them to need power. Can we get over this? Is that viable? Yes. Okay, we're using the very small low-grade power cables here. They work exactly the same. That's not the issue. And it's working. Okay. All right. Now, as far as like accessibility or anything, this place is pretty awful. And we need to give it a name. And Noble put in a request to have something named after him. And the request that he put in was, you know, noble-ish, but that doesn't mean we can't do this. Industrial specialist, thank you. Can I name this, please? There it is. Yes, Noble's Gases. That'll be the name of our industrial area. Hello? Which part of this do you not get? Noble's Gases. Enter? There we go. All right, Noble. That's not exactly what you requested, but I hope it'll do. Now here, we don't have enough buyers for some of these products. And that means we need something in addition to the sawmill. So let's see. We have the sawmill. We don't have the pellet plant. And we'll go ahead and put that down over here. I'm going to have to make sure that we haven't lost any power as a result. Looks fine. It looks like we just have some redundant power lines running here. Go ahead and bulldoze the ones we don't need, which should be this and this. We'll keep that one. And we'll run a new one here, because we don't want our water intakes to stop working. That would make everybody very sad. Not enough raw materials. All right, look, I'm going to let these guys sort this out. I'm sure that they can come to some kind of amicable agreement. But let's see how our our logging camp is doing here. Total profit, $580. I'm not impressed. But whatever, you know, let them do their thing. I might be doing something wrong here. Please comment if I'm doing something horrendously wrong. And let's check in on our industry here in our tourist area. 16 tourists visiting the marina, 13 visiting the fishing pier. That's not very impressive, to be honest. But we have solved, by attrition, by the look of it, our issue with skilled labor, because everything seems to be working fine. Quick look at traffic. Is it time to start putting together public transit yet, is the big problem here. This thing is... Am I missing something? Did I forget to build something essential for this? Do I need the sawdust storage yard? Maybe I do. Let's go ahead and slap that down and see what happens. I don't know where. I'd like to put it there, but we'll go ahead and just put it here. These are, you know, full. This is 100% full. Which means I'm producing too much, obviously. This has no raw forest products coming to it. So hopefully they'll solve this on their own. I think there might just be a time delay going on there between when the demand starts going up and when the demand starts getting met. I can't really imagine. What is this? I have a button that says EML and I don't know what it is. Oh, there's my cinema camera. My EML button is directly over my cinema camera. Installed something new. Let's do a little bit of beautification while we're out here. My city hall is a little bit boring. I'm thinking maybe we'll run some fences up the sides here to kind of fill it out. And then we can put some trees or something on the divider to just pretty things up a little bit more. But let's start with those fences. And park fence? Does that look about right? Oh, come on, don't be like that. Yeah, that looks okay. Now we need to use move it to put it where we want it. That's pretty straightforward though. One side goes there and one side goes right about there. And can I just copy this? No, I'll just run a new fence. That'll probably be easier. I like to move it, move it. One of them goes here. One of them goes here, and oh, this isn't straight. Now it is. Okay, that looks better. Makes it all look a little more legit, and maybe something in the separator here, just a hedge or a planter. I think we probably have something like a planter or shrubs or something. I'm getting oil plants by the millions. So that's probably not the best way to find that. Let's go back to here and walls and fences, no. Paths, no. Landscaping tools, no. Trees, rocks, water structures. Water structure. Why do I have two separate water structure sections? What do we got here? Let's look through the parks collection. Something like this, maybe? It's very small. Still very small. Keep going. See if we can find something a little less very small. Oh, wait. Here, how about... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are nice. We can do those. I mean, City Hall has to be pretty, right? We can't have just a crummy, undecorated City Hall going down here. That just won't fly. How about that? That's an improvement, right? And we could do some more accents. What else are our options here? Oh, I like these amusement park benches. They're a little tiny though. They don't really seem to fit in terribly well. Well, maybe we'll leave it at this for now. How's our park coming along? This is a pretty popular park. I feel like this needs some more decor around it. And mostly I'm just thinking trees, to be honest. Let's just put some nice pine trees in here. What do we have in the way of pine trees available? Are they all large? I guess they are. In this area back here, maybe we'll do a little bit of terrain painting. We'll put down some gravel, or yeah, maybe we'll have some areas where the grass is missing back here, just to give it a little bit of texture. And we might infill this at some point. It would be pretty easy to run a road in here and have maybe some high-density residential or something. Speaking of which, I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to demand so far. Okay. But as you can see, you know, there's a lot of industrial demand. We've tried to fulfill that. There's a fair amount of commercial demand again. But our residential is still lagging behind just a little. For whatever reason. Okay, some ground coverage. Maybe some rocks. What is this? Abandoned stone farmhouse. That's cool stuff, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. I just want some generic rocks. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I don't know. That seems a bit much, doesn't it? We'll take that out. That's fine. It still looks better than just completely au naturel. And I think a couple of trees next to Town Hall. I keep pressing the wrong thing. And maybe Town Hall has some special trees. Let's see if we can find something pretty. Maybe some of these cherry trees. Oh yeah, those are nice. I like those. Like that. See, that's a much better looking town hall now. Didn't do a whole lot to it, but it does make it look better. And now I kind of want a few more trees throughout downtown. Let's make this area a little bit prettier. Put some of these nice pine trees up here. And we do a little more terrain painting in the back lots here. Just to kind of give it some texture, you know. Let's make it look a little bit lived in. Now, do we have anything like kiosks? Or newsstands? This is kind of what I was looking for right there. I think a newsstand here, for example, would be just dandy. And no need to waste it. We can put another one over here. One of these cute little grills, that would be nice too. And maybe we'll put that in a gap somewhere or in front of something. Here, right there would be a good place for a little street side grill, don't you think? Now we'll have some benches. Benches are nice. Who doesn't like benches? What about these guys? Zoo benches. I think I'm just going to go with the traditional park bench here. You know, there are already a fair amount of benches here. We don't really need to overdo that by the look of it. I'll put a couple down here maybe. And this gas station might need a bench, but let's see what we can fill this stuff in with. A lot of this stuff just looks kind of hokey, very barren. I figure even benches wouldn't be enough to make it pretty. Tables, maybe. Are tables better than benches? Picnic tables? Yeah, I don't know. You know, we could have a couple of tables down beside this, pretend it's a little deli or something. But you know, it's looking better. It's a little bit Spartan here and there still, but this is definitely nicer than it was. Let's check in our new industrial area. I mean, our new commercial area, our tourist trap, so to speak. Do we have information on parks and plazas? This is all pretty much what you'd expect. What's it done with our land value? It has improved the land value quite a bit, so that's nice. And these here, our first high density areas seem to be working well. Café Paris. Look at the Café Paris. Very nice. So yeah, not bad. Everything seems to be coming along nicely here. This guy is still complaining that it doesn't have enough materials. So maybe we need to put down a few more fields. Hopefully then they will have enough materials. Let's see how things are going over here. Everything operating. These guys are storing oil. These guys are converting it into petroleum, and overall we are losing money quite significantly. So that's going great. I don't know exactly what the deal is with these specialized industrial areas, but they don't seem to generate a whole lot of cash. Let's put it that way, and leave it at that. Okay, well, we got a couple of minutes left in our hour here, so let's go ahead and have a look around the city in our cinematic mode. Turn the day-night cycle and the dynamic weather on, and hit the cinema cam. All right, folks. Thank you all for watching. Remember, leave a comment, give me ideas, give me mods, give me cool stuff that I should be building, or just laugh at my terrible, terrible city building skills. It's all good. I have a thick skin. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tune in next time when we do it all over again. Take it easy, folks. Peace.